Great. So, hi guys, this is Atul from team K21 Academy. This is, as I said, going to be a question answer session related to, I'll give you some context. I hope you can see my screen, which visible, yeah. So what happened was, I think a week back or so, or a couple of a week back, I posted three options to learn Azure AI and machine learning, or AI and machine learning and generative AI on Microsoft Azure Cloud. And we gave an option of three options, which is available on URL K21Academy.com/Azure AI ML, and then three options. Is that if you can share this URL, that'll be great. So K21Academy.com/Azure AI ML, three options. And that was the three ways to learn AI and machine learning, which I'm going to discuss today. And then this class is more about its question answers, and we'll only be here for whatever it takes for the question answers. If you have any questions related to career guidance, I'm not going to teach anything. If you have any question on that journey, if anyone is coming, I'm more than happy to teach and cover, but I'll give you a very high level overview, and then we'll open up any questions if anyone have any questions. Otherwise, we'll depart here, very simple, straightforward. Is it fair enough, everyone? Can you just confirm is that all okay? And does it make sense to everyone? Where is my chat gone? This is a little bit, sorry guys, I'm a little bit new to this. Participants, okay, yeah, this is where I can see the participants. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Anyone have joined recently here? Nitin, Max, Benson, Ashwin, Aisha, I think you're already there when I mentioned this. Brilliant. So, Aisha, sorry, Aisha, will be covering. Great. Okay. So we mentioned, as I said, there was a concepts. We mentioned that AI is a top layer. Below that, there's a machine learning, there's a deep learning, and there's a generative AI. And within Azure, there are Azure AI services like here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to Varsha for a few things to explain and whatever she wants to cover. And if anyone have any questions, do let me know in the chat window and have a question. If not, we'll depart on this once. So Varsha, if you can share screen. Ari, do you have something to present for the team?
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry, I'm speaking a little bit louder. Over to you, Varsha.
Yeah. Am I audible, Atul?
Yes, you are. Loud and clear. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions, guys? This is more about, as I said, this is more about a question answer session rather than anything else. Yeah. Thank you, Varsha.
Yeah. So, like in the last webinar, we discussed about all these things. So in AI, just a second,
No
I'm
worries. No
unable
worries.
to draw. Yeah. Yeah. So, as you all know, three options have provided to you, right? So there you will learn AI 900. You are going to learn AI 102. You are going to learn DP 100 and AI 050, right? So here for these three things, you have the certification exam, right? And this part is the generative AI. Okay, so there is no certification exam for this. We are going to learn all about Azure OpenAI. Okay, so these three options have been already provided to you. Okay, so in Azure AI services, whenever I say Azure AI services, in the Azure AI services, we talk about AI 102 and AI 900. Okay, so this one will be the fundamental course. Okay, and after this one is the associate level course. right? There we are going to cover all the services provided by Azure, okay, related to AI. So you will be having language, speech, vision, generative AI. Already we discussed all these things. If you have any doubt, you can write in the chat. I will clear those doubts if you have any. Okay. So the language, speech, and vision, and this generative, basically a part of AI 050. Okay, so here all these things we are going to cover in AI 102. Okay, so there will be total 6 modules. Okay.
Just Varsha, I have a list of questions which are already given to me by a lot of guys who replied on the email on that.
Mm.
So I'll be covering those as well. And if that's okay, so once you cover this, let me know and we'll pick up all the questions.
Yeah,
Uh,
we can
yeah,
pick up if they do not have any doubt in this, if it is clear to them,
or
we can pick up.
guys, can everyone confirm that you have seen and you've heard of these three options? Let's ask that question from everyone. So can you guys confirm that you can hear me? Are you clear with these options, or you want to hear about anything about that? Let's see if anyone who's here um, also would love to know what is the objective of coming to this class so that we can answer them those points first. Sushant, Shalman, Nitin, and if you have no questions, just type in the chat window and say no questions, okay? So that we know and then I'll pick up those questions. But in the meantime, Nitin, and I'm assuming if you're not, no questions, great, thanks. Thank you, Nitin. Mohammed, Max, Mandeep, Leti, Ramlingam, Golda, Mofar, George, Ben, Arun, um, okay, no questions, Aisha, no questions. No questions for now. Great. So let me do one thing. Let me take the questions that I have for you, and then we'll close this if there's no question. Have you guys all seen? Guys all seen the three options? If not, we'll close this. Okay. So first and question was about that I need to get a practical hands-on experience, so I can get hit the grounds from first day and gain certificate at the same time. So what all things hands-on lab you're going to cover to cover these things, please, Varsha? What all hands-on lab? Do you have a list of hands-on lab? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do have.
If you can share that, it should be in the same presentation, or do you have that? Otherwise, let me cover this. Let me share
Yeah,
my
yeah,
screen.
yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, in the K21 Academy itself, you have that list, right?
Yeah, no, I have the PPT. I have the
Okay.
presentation. Let me
Okay.
share. Let
Okay.
me
Okay.
share my screen, and I'll explain you about the hands-on labs. Share screen. Okay, so guys, if you can see my screen, this is the list of hands-on lab. Let me go on, or let me quickly explain the three options, I think, and then I'll go on these options. Um, let me show the hands-on labs. Okay, so this is a list of hands-on lab that you can see. Can everyone confirm that hands-on lab that you must be doing in order to learn a good? And first common question is, do I have to learn all of them? Answer is no, not. You don't have to learn all of them. But depending on you want to focus on AI, then go for more for AI. If you want to focus on machine learning, you learn machine learning. And then next thing is about the project work. These are the few things which will be probably will be helpful for you. So first and most important thing is in terms of these are the basic concepts related to which is creating an account, creating Azure OpenAI services, resources, testing the models, etc. And here, if you see integrating Azure OpenAI, these are more all about generative AI related or the basic AI concepts related that you see on the screen, the bottom one. Uh, this is where you see how do you utilize the prompt engineering related to prompt engineering. This is on improving code using Azure OpenAI services. This is on generating images using Delhi. So there are basically three um, or mainly categories are for generating text, generating images, and then third thing is about more about is uh, code development and code expert as well. And of course there are a lot more bigger use cases. We'll be covering all of those use cases as well. And these are all hands-on related, the questions, the guides that you see. That all of them, including some additional topics related to things like LangChain and few other things as well. So the main question was about, um, will I be getting a practical hands-on experience? So everything what you will be learning is all about is practical hands-on lab experience as well. Um, Varsha, next question was, what is the hardware do we need to take, or what kind of a machine I need in order to practice all the hands-on lab that I'll be doing?
Yeah, yeah. It's like Visual Studio Code. Okay, there you can write the code in Python or
Hmm.
C Sharp, and you should be having that Azure free account to use that. That's it.
No,
Only
from a hardware point of view, I'll add that as well. So we're going to do
yeah.
everything on the Microsoft Azure cloud, which means all you need is a PC and a browser, and everything you'll be doing through the browser itself as well. Uh, Next is, I think we've done. Do we need work experience to write AI 102? Do we
No,
need
no,
work?
no.
Okay, great, great. It seems AI, machine learning, generated jobs may pay more than other cloud roles, data engineering or solution. I think this is more on a statement. Is that correct, in your view, Varsha? So,
Yeah, you can give this answer. You know
uh,
better. Yeah.
okay, okay, I'll pick that. Okay, so usually
Okay.
if you look at anyone, whatever role you're doing, if you add AI, machine learning, generative AI, as per the survey done by AWS and both Microsoft, they usually pay 47% more compared to whatever role you might be doing. That doesn't mean that other roles are not good. That only means is that if you add AI and machine learning, you have better prospect of job, plus then around 40-45 minutes better, 44 to 45% additional extra chances of getting higher paid compared to points. Okay, so Anjali, let me pick up and then say, Sushant, I'm already taking your AWS AI. Will Azure AI help me? Okay, this is a good question. I'm not using AI in my current job. And okay, so what question is that there is some a person gentleman who sent me a direct message, so I'm trying not, I'll not take their name. That's why, because I'm not sure what is the reason for not sharing. Guys, if feel free to share with everyone, but if you want to keep yourself anonymous, that's also fine. So he's saying that he's already a part of AWS AI machine learning, and but he's not using AI in your current job. And then I'll add my part as well, Varsha, on that
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
So I'm taking
Yes.
classes to keep up to date with AI trends and coming. So will that help me? Oh, sorry, that was not question. Yeah, sorry. Question was, will Azure AI help him? He's already part of our AWS AI machine learning program, but
Yeah.
he's not using AI machine learning currently. So will learning AI Azure AI will help him or not? That was the question.
Yeah,
Next question.
definitely it will help because already he's learning AI on one cloud, okay? And like in Azure, if he learns, obviously the prospects will be wide here, right?
Mhm.
So it's like no doubt.
Got it.
And it will be so easy because here there is like very low code things which we do here. So it will
Mhm.
be super easy for him. He's already learning on AWS.
Got it. Got it. So Sushant, I'll give you with that example is that I always give that example. Let's suppose I own a taxi. And I'm going to just take it as a simple analogy. Please don't take me otherwise. Don't take me wrong. So let's suppose you're owning a taxi. You own taxis, and um, you have two drivers. You have to hire one driver, and one driver can drive two cars, two different models of the car, and one person can only drive one model of the car. You will have a much better prospect of getting a job on or job or knowledge and experience with two things compared to one. So knowledge always helps, but you need to tell what is the ultimate objective. And in my view is you should start applying for the jobs and look for more AI implementation jobs that will help you to earn. So not only don't just learn for the sake of learning, and of course it's good to have keeping you up to trends and what is the future, but start implementing that, and having a second knowledge will definitely help, because you'll have a bigger picture, and companies do look for someone who have wider knowledge in AI and machine learning, or multiple cloud providers, or for that reason not just cloud but anything and everything related to AI and machine learning. But you go with what pace you feel comfortable, Sushant. Okay, I hope that makes sense. um, okay, great. um, next question Nitin was asking about, are we going to create our own LLM models? So first of all, explain everyone, Varsha, what is LLM for everyone's benefit? It'll be helpful. What are LLMs? And
Yeah,
so are we going to create our own LLM model in these labs, or we are going to use the existing one? That's a question that he
yeah, yeah,
has.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Nitin, we are not going to create our own LLMs. Okay, that is for sure. Because we are going to use Azure AI services and how you can, design and implement, okay, and deploy it. So basically, in the generative AI, we talk about LLM models. Okay, so in the Azure AI services, like the one module, there are total 6 modules total. Okay, so in one module, we have generative AI services. In the generative AI services, already the algorithms of LLM already built. Okay, so we are not going to use it. We are just going to use like 3 things over there. Okay, let me tell you, or the 4 things you can say, which uses LLM. Okay, so first thing, we are going to see how to generate the new data. Okay, and the second thing, if you want to, correct your codes, right, related to your code. Okay, like how you can, write and correct your coding thing. The third thing is the image part, and the fourth thing is like how you can train your model based on your own data. Okay, so although if you use based on your own data also, we are not going to use LLM. Already models they have built. Okay, we are just going to use those things, and it's not simple one algorithm which they have used it. They have already used all the algorithms. Okay, like 3 or 4, or maybe somewhere they have mentioned 52 algorithms, right? So they have already applied it. We are just going to use that. Okay, so LLM we are not going to design here.
Okay, so I'll add to that. So thanks for that, Varsha. So
Yeah.
Nitin, I'll add Varsha's thing. So we are covering 3 parts, 3 programs. One is generative AI, second is Azure AI, and third is machine learning. So to sum it up, no, to contradict Varsha, I didn't interrupt her because what she's saying is partially right. So in our AI and generative AI, we're not creating any machine learning models or anything. Do we're leveraging or using existing LLMs that are being given because that's what is do. But there is another third part as we discussed earlier, which is about machine learning. So you have generative AI that you see on my screen, and that is what you see about generative AI, all those things you see. Okay, and in that we cover AI 50, which is the code name given by Microsoft. But then we also cover and AI 102, but we cover machine learning. In that machine learning, you're going to learn how to train a model. So this is now about machine learning model, not LLMs, but a machine learning model. So I think, sorry, I take my words back. What was right, we're not generating the LLMs, but we are generating, or we are creating machine learning models that you'll be learning how to deploy them, not LLMs, but normal machine learning models that will be running. So we'll
Yeah,
be
if we want, Atul, like in the AI class,
mm,
like simply through the Python, how the LLM models we can generate, we can teach them at last if they are interested. First, we'll focus on this, like the Azure part.
correct. So there are 2 parts as I AI 102, AI 900. In that we are not going to cover, but there's a machine learning class which is a DP 100. That's the third part of that. In that we are going to cover this part, which is about you are looking for. I think you do. This is what we're going to. Well, in that machine learning. So this is what you have in machine learning, where you're going to go on data, training it, validating it, evaluating it, and testing it. And then we are going to do run entire machine learning workflow, right from a preparation, experiment, deploy. You'll also be learning how to deploy these models in something called as machine learning workspace, and there's something called machine learning studio. And we'll be doing end-to-end data pipe, or sorry, machine learning pipelines you'll be learning. And so this is what you're doing. You're training a model, then deploying, creating into registry, then editing using code editor, then put into registry, which is a no, sorry, this time it's a Kubernetes registry or containers registry, and then we'll deploy it on a containers. You can do it in container registry or normal other ways as well, and then go to run it under Kubernetes clusters, deploy it, and then monitor it. That's what we're going to do. Um, thank you. I hope that makes sense. Nitin, does that answer your question? So I think it's a long answer. Should have been a simple yes or no. So answer is yes. We are going to cover, explain you. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Yeah, we are going to cover Nitin. See, if I'm teaching generative AI, I won't start, directly jumping onto Codex or
Yeah,
DALI and do the stuff. Or always we cover the basics. So LLM basic algorithm, I'll teach you, but not in the Python coding, okay, in that class. But at last we can cover if you are interested, like how to make it. Okay.
correct. Correct. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you very much. Okay. So next question is AI 900 prerequisite for 102? Is it mandatory to take? And what's
No.
your and okay. So first of all, AI is 900 is not a prerequisite, but what's your recommendation? Should one go for AI 900 or directly go to AI 102?
Yeah, see, it's something like AI 900. If you are opting, you are going to touch only the basics. Okay, so if I say there are 6 modules, all the introductory part we will cover in AI 900. Okay, and labs also don't expect much. Okay, very basic things we will cover. But if you want to explore everything which is there in AI 900, you have to go through this AI 102. Okay, so AI 102 is like more detail. Okay, so many labs will be there, so much hands-on will be there for each and everything. Whatever you have learned in AI 900, it's just the basic thing. Anyways, it's like if you are opting for AI 102, no need to go through this AI 900. Automatically, it will cover each and every topic of AI 900.
Absolutely. So I always go with the killing. Some people like to go learning step by step, which is good. Step when I say step by step, we're going to cover every step by step. But some people want to go small and then take bigger and bigger and bigger. My view is always kill, go with the bigger. Which if you fix the bigger problem, the small problem will automatically solve. That's what's going to happen. Otherwise, you'll end up taking a lot of time into AI 900. So yes, we're going to cover AI 900. Yes, we're going to teach AI 900, but I think you directly go for AI 102. Yeah, thank you. Um, so, um,
Hmm.
mm, okay, Iqbal is saying, I love your content info, different tech, and your LinkedIn post. Love this question answers. 102 seems to be appropriate learning as yeah, absolutely right. So 102, AI 102 will be better because it will cover AI 900. Absolutely. Okay, now, Varsha, I'm going to put you in a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
And very interesting question. So someone is saying, why learn Azure over AWS as a platform? And I'll give you my opinion as well, or I'm more than happy. So someone is saying, why learn? I know you're more on an Azure person,
Yeah.
you'll be a little bit biased on that, but go ahead. Why learn Azure over AWS? Why should I learn and not AWS machine learning? Over to you,
Yeah.
Varsha.
Yeah, it's like my opinion here is, see, when you talk about, let's say, I'm just focusing on AI ML, okay, not as the entire cloud. I'm just focusing on AI ML part. So Azure machine learning, okay, or DP100, whenever you say, or AI 100, 102, whenever you ask, it's like it provides, wide range of tools, okay, where you build, where you train and deploy machine learning models, okay. So it's like always it's easy here in Azure. What like long back I worked on AWS SageMaker. Okay, so when I talk about Azure AI 102, where we learn Azure AI services, believe me, if you are not from the coding background, okay, if you have your data, you just want to see what output, what kind of prediction I should get, okay, and I'm not interested in learning all the algorithms, what is going on inside, okay, because you are not the code developer for that. So it's always better, I'm not biased here, but I'm just comparing what I've learned in AWS long back. And now I'm totally, shifted to Azure because it's like super easy and it's like so many things are already there for computer vision. When I say natural language processing, when I say speech recognition, okay, so and there is a extensive documentation as well. Okay, so whenever I learn from the Microsoft or the documentation which the Microsoft is providing, okay, so it's very very simplified. Okay,
Mhm,
and to write an exam, I'll be having so much idea like how it is working, from where I can learn everything, I can learn. So
mhm.
that's the reason I always prefer
Gotcha.
Azure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you my background. Very good. Thanks, Varsha. Now, I know you to defend, but first and most important is when people somewhere say, "Oh, do I do this over that or this?" I always go with an abundance mindset. Why not do all of them? Because eventually you will end up learning all of them. If you really want to hone yourself as an expert, known authority, become best in what you do, I think you have to end up learning all of them. It doesn't matter whether it's AWS or Azure or Google or generic or any other third party. Your concept should be very, very good and clear, and you should be able to use these tools. Think of it as your AWS as a tool. The better tools, more tools I have in my arsenal, or have with me, the better I can go and not literally fight, but can do better in my career, because you have. So as we earlier saying, if rather than relying on just one thing, if you have the second cloud and other basically not just AWS AI and machine learning, but Azure machine learning tools, you will have definitely better chances. So rather than asking questions, should I do this or that, or should I do, go and start learning, go and start implementing, go and start using, and then you will have eventually be learn both of them to become good. That doesn't mean that okay, one is not enough. If you're already doing AWS is good, will help you, but go to the next level, you do Azure, or vice versa. If you're already working on Azure, that will be good. Azure AI/ML, that will be good, will help you to get a job, no doubt about it. But if you really want to earn great money, I think go for the second one as well. That's my a little bit longer answer as well. Uh, do you agree with, and you're okay to disagree, and this is for everyone as well. Do you agree what I'm saying? And if you think otherwise, maybe I'm happy to discuss about it as well. Can you please just say, okay, very, very good question, Iqbal is saying, but would love to. What does everyone thinks about? Is it like one over another, or is it eventually both of them, or more than two of them? Let me know in the chat window, please,
I'm
guys.
agree with you, Atul. I'm agree with you, totally agree with you because see, they are working with one form now, and when they switch their job, so it's like if they are AI ML engineer or something like that, this role,
Yeah.
if they are working, so they should know all the clouds, how it works, right?
Mhm.
Although not proficient, but they should know.
Great. Okay. Um, Iqbal is saying perhaps it's good to learn multi-cloud, gives you better. Yeah. So, and again, not just cloud, but also AI and ML. So the better you learn. Great. Thanks, Iqbal. Okay. I'm going to pick one or two questions from Iqbal, and then we'll go back to the previous one. Or like not Iqbal, but whatever the questions came first.
Yeah, someone has asked also in chat. Please check, Atul.
Yeah, I'm going to pick
Mohammed
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Jabbar.
Sorry. One
Yeah,
second.
go ahead.
Um, So okay, so Iqbal is saying, sorry, Mohammed Jabbar, sorry.
Yeah,
Mohammed, I'm a former student of yours for 2013. Oh wow. So Varsha, I don't know. Earlier I used to work on Oracle, and I still do sometime Oracle, but we used to teach pretty good in Oracle security, identity and access management. And Mohammed is from my 2013 background batch.
nice.
Wow. So we used to do Oracle Identity Manager that time. We stopped doing that because market has moved and switched. So I'm interested in understanding difference between AI and machine learning jobs. Okay, so he wants to know what is the difference between AI and machine learning jobs responsibilities with a high level idea about, and keep it short, quick, how they can enhance daily workplace. So
Mhm,
first of all, what are the differences? What are the AI versus machine learning jobs and responsibilities?
mhm,
We'll pick one by one, if or whatever you want to go, and then I'll add something from my side. Benefits in day-to-day work model. Day-to-day work model by using and leveraging AI machine learning. I'll give you that example as well. Third thing is about ideal learning sequence for AI, machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI, and prerequisite, if any, in learning these. Over to you. There's a lot of questions over there. Yeah,
yes.
thanks.
I'll
Yeah,
cover just
but
in
good.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
no worries, and keep it like whatever short you can. But if you need to go more as well, over to you, please. Yeah, yeah. Let me share my screen. Am I sharing my screen? Let me
No,
stop.
no.
No.
I'm sharing my
Oh,
screen.
correct, correct.
Is it visible? Yeah. I'm sharing my whiteboard to answer this question.
Great.
Yeah. So, see here, what he asked is like difference between AI ML job responsibilities at higher level. Okay, and okay, let me tell you. So, whenever I say, I'll tell you the sequence first, then again we'll go back to the first question. So, the ideal learning sequence is like first you should know. See, there is nothing like AI. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, so we always talk about ML. Okay, remember this thing first. Okay, so whenever I say it, it's like very higher level view. Okay, whenever I'm saying AI, it's just the higher level view where I want machine to do the work without any human intervention. That's it. This is the definition of AI. Okay, so AI is a very broad area. Okay, so when you enter into AI, we talk about machine learning. So when we talk about machine learning, we talk about the mathematics behind it. Okay, the statistics behind it. So we'll be having the data. Okay, so if you are having the data, how you are going to make the predictions, okay, how you are going to work with that data, how you are going to draw the meaningful information from the data. Okay, that is nothing but your machine learning part. Now in the machine learning, there will be again supervised, unsupervised, okay, reinforcement, semi-supervised. There are so many algorithms. Okay, and in the supervised machine learning algorithm, we use ANN, which is artificial neural network. So very basic thing in ML we cover. Now, when I talk about DL, which is a subset of ML, here you can see, okay, ML is a subset of AI, DL is a subset of ML, and generative AI is a subset of DL. Okay. So when I talk about DL, I just want to mimic human brain. So if I want to mimic the human brain, I need to focus only on the neurons, right? So whenever I talk about the neural network, okay, so in the machine learning, I covered basic ANN. When I go deep into it, okay, like I talk about CNN, then RNN, LSTM. Okay, so all these are the old models. Now we are talking about transformer, we are talking about BERT, right? So all these things comes under DL, where you only focus on how you are going to mimic the human brain. But in the machine learning, it's all about the data and the meaningful information how you are going to draw. Okay, and then comes the generative AI, which is a subset of DL. And in the generative AI, we learn how you can generate totally new data, totally new code, or the image, and how you can train your this thing on your own data so that it can provide the new data generation depending on, you know, how you have trained your machine on your own data. Okay, so that RAG, okay, which we learn here. So this is the basic difference between AI, ML, and DL. So it's not about AI and ML. Okay, so it's like if someone is saying AI engineer, okay, and if I'm talking about, let's say, Azure platform or AWS platform, so when I'm saying AI engineer, so it's basically focusing on AI services, okay, which you will learn on AI 102. Okay. And then when I say ML engineer, like more of your data and algorithms, all these algorithms where we cover like how you train your model, how you test it, okay, how you are going to, you know, check the accuracy, okay, and optimization, how you can perform, and then you can deploy it. Okay. So that we learn in DP100. Okay.
Um,
So this is the thing, how you will learn. And there is a prerequisite. You can say the Python language, okay, or C sharp, which you should know. This is the prerequisite. At least the basic level understanding you should have, like how to read the code. This is the minimum thing which you should know. Yeah, Atul, you can add here.
yeah, so I'll first let me share my screen as well. Roles and
Yeah,
responsibilities. I think the first question was about AI and machine learning roles and responsibilities. Mohammed Jafar, let me pick it and first give you. It will depend on what role you're playing because AI and machine learning is quite huge. So let me share my screen. How do I do that? Do you want to continue?
yeah, I
Yes.
have stopped. I have
Yeah,
stopped.
no, no,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Can you see my screen? Everyone, can you please confirm that you can see my screen, guys? Okay. Or someone confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes, 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 we can
Yes,
see.
okay, great, great. Okay, so first of all, there are different roles within AI and machine learning. You could be AI and machine learning developer. So depending on what specific thing you're going to do, if you're an AI and machine learning developer, then you'll be developing AI-powered applications, integrating machine learning models into softwares, and then ensuring that these work effectively. And I'm not going to do skills because I think your main question was about roles and responsibilities. Second question was about AI product manager. Oh, if you become an AI product, so you can be product manager and with that introduction AI product manager. So your responsibility will be to oversee development and deployment of AI products, defining product strategy, coordinating between the technical and non-technical teams. Similarly, you could be, and this is a very good, I didn't realize people pay a lot of money for this role, AI ethics and policy specialist. So their role will be overseeing all the projects which are going through, and they are basically ensuring that they're ethically developed for AI technologies and developing policies and guidelines addressing concerning related to biasness. So what happens is when you do some, it's all driven by data, right? So the bias to make sure that it's not biased, and then whatever results are giving is in a fair manner. So that's another one. You could be generative AI engineer, and that's where you'll be developing and fine tuning the models. Different type of models that's available as well. You could be AI consultant, and in that case, your responsibility will be advising organizations on AI strategy, helping and implementing AI solutions, providing expert. And in the program that we're going to cover, you'll be able to do all of either or all of them. Or don't do all of them. Try focus on one part, and we're going to do how to do that particular task. You could be a trainer. For example, Varsha, she not only does training part, but she also implement these things. So she's actually a AI implementer, AI machine, AI implementer. You could be also a project manager. So let's suppose you are managing a project, as long as it's related to making sure that you're overseeing the whole AI and machine learning project. They are completed on time, scope, budget, and then coordinating between teams. You could be a business analyst, again, but then more focused about AI and machine learning. Also, then you could be sales and marketing background where you're focusing and selling AI and machine learning. So what you'll be doing, you should have from a skills point of view, I'm telling, but people ask, oh, but I'm selling. Why I need to know AI and machine learning? What things I need to know? So I need to be knowing about these technologies, concepts, what kind of a costing, billing, how much it will cost me, and a lot of other things which a client might ask from a sales and background as well. Customer success it could be data scientist. Data scientist role will be, or responsibilities will be analyzing and interpreting data and then building models and so on. And then there'll be machine learning engineer and AI research scientist as well. Does it answer your first question for you? Sorry, one second. Does it answer your question? Where's the chat gone? Um, um, yeah, okay, that was the first question, if I'm not wrong. Um, Mohammed Jabbar. Okay, I hope that's answered. Now, benefit in day-to-day workload. I'll give you a very simple example. Uh, most of these slides might have seen, you see, a lot of data has been picked up from using AI, generative AI. Inside, I can write my entire code. We have a Terraform program, an entire our Terraform hands-on lab or the code for Terraform automation is being written and taken from generative AI. The images that you see from us in the marketing material, most of those images nowadays is being created by different tools. We don't use DALI for that, but then other tools. A lot of writing I take help from generative AI. A lot of resumes that we go through and do, we use AI and generative AI. So this is just a beginning, very beginning, and I'm talking about very basic thing. This is for us, but then the other companies that's doing. So benefits, idle sequence. Varsha, do you think there's an idle sequence of learning AI, machine learning, deep DL, and generative AI, or they are mix and match, and you'll be picking up different things?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, deep learning, we are not learning here because deep learning is like algorithms, which we talk about. So transformer, anyways, I'm going to cover in AI 102. Okay, the basic algorithm always I cover first, and then I teach whatever is there. So yeah, it's like AI, okay, then ML, then deep
Mhm,
learning, and then
mhm.
generative AI. This will be the sequence, and it's not like the particular sequence, but directly you can't jump into deep learning if you are not aware of the basic neural network, okay, which comes from machine learning.
Gotcha,
Okay, so
gotcha.
it's related. Yeah.
Gotcha. And I didn't realize that it's like 40 minutes already. So I'll probably take one or two questions. And then if you have any questions, we'll take that and we'll wrap it up. As I said, I was supposed to be 30 minutes, but okay. So fourth question was about your prerequisite for learning these. I'll give you two answers. First is about our what in general, and I'll tell you ours as well. What is out from our side as well. So first is you should have some mm, first of all, the most important thing is the attitude, right attitude. If you have the right attitude, then you can cover. Then you will learn everything. So I'll tell you about what we cover, and then that will basically understand. Otherwise, people get, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's why we've covered. So first is about, as I said, either you have the base in this particular for. I'm talking about Azure AI and Azure machine learning, some basic concepts of Azure, so that you understand like what is resource group, some basic things. How do the billing and works? How does it these basic concepts about, because that will help you in understanding. We cover that AI Azure basics and all those things that are required. Second thing, if you're going more towards developing these and these models, which is more about, it's going to come into the data science DP1 to DP 100. That's where either C# or .NET or Python will be helpful. We're going to cover based on Python. We're going to give you Python as well. Then another thing is some basic about mathematics. Again, we cover, and this is more about is generic 10th 12th standard mathematics. I don't want to be, but that's if you're going very deep learning about this, very deep about in deep learning and machine learning, advanced machine learning and data scientist kind of a roles. Um, mm, Mohammed. Okay. For me, I don't have, a lot of guys say, oh, I don't have a coding experience, coding development knowledge. Can I still learn this, or should I do this, or should I stay away? Answer is you should still learn, because if you see in AI and machine learning job roles, there's a lot many jobs that doesn't require any development or coding. I'm not a developer coding, but I work and oversee, implement and design these systems, or the projects related to where you leverage AI and machine learning and generative AI as well. Specifically generative AI, there's whatever you need to know, uh, we're going to cover an NFR, but you can become a lot of basically AI consultant without having a coding or programming knowledge. I hope that I answer your question. So, Jabbar, Mohammed Jabbar, I think I've taken a very long answer to this, but I wanted to go in detail as well. Does that answer your question? Put the chat window if that answers your question, please. Yeah, put in the chat window if you can. Yeah, let me know if you can answer.
Yeah, one more question you can see, Atul.
Mhm.
Iqbal is asking.
Sorry, oh, Iqbal, okay, let me pick it. Okay, let me go on quickly. Sorry, go on the chat window and pick up these things. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Can we have a copy of the slides, AI machine learning generative job roles, please? I'm new to this field and would like to know job potential. So what I can do is I'm going to, so the full presentation will be only for the program members, those who are part of our in the members. But then this slide, I'm going to do this email. I will email you this particular slide. This particular slide, which is the roles and responsibilities. These ones I'll email you, not an issue. Okay, great. Um, Thank you, Iqbal. What are the other job roles when we're looking for a job market? So, um, Iqbal, is that not enough? Let me know about what are the mid-level roles, average UK salary. I'll talk about that as well. I'm new to AML. Many people, yes, you are right. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick up the salary structure, and so job is not like like everywhere I see now AI and machine learning, especially generative AI. But let me go and talk about his salaries. My screen is still visible. Yeah, I think. Uh, so in the US, this is from a basically Indeed. So it's not me talking about, it's Indeed saying, and usually they're very conservative in those numbers. So low side is 186,000 and high side is 298,000, close to 300,000, which is a very good salary in the US as I've heard. There are some guys who are already doing 300,000, but average 236. And if you're already on a good salary, assume you're going to get very good salary. Okay, that's for sure. Similarly, if you go in Canada, $140,000. This is UK. I picked up from. So average is around 90,000, which is compared to UK average 90,000 is pretty damn good salary. 95, you have 100, 110, 120, 130 as well. I'll tell you mine. I do on a nowadays for 1,500 pounds. Between it ranges for some clients 1,200, some clients 1,500, depending on what work I'm doing. It's a day, 1,200 to 1,500 pounds a day rate on Jabber. Okay, I still work with a couple of clients for two reasons. First is I want to be associated with the project so I can come and bring that knowledge here. Not that I need to do or work financially. Fingers crossed, I'm good right now. I don't need to worry about, but I first thing is I'm passionate about these things. And second is it helps me to learn where the market is going and focus and go give back to my members. Yeah. Um, Adam is saying, are we having the presentation slide and recording for this meeting? We are. I'm not sure presentation slide. I'm going to share that again, to be frank, Adam, but happy to know if you have a specific question. I might do the recording of this, please. Yeah. Um, Iqbal is saying it would be great if you have the presentation slide and recording, if that's possible. So full presentation slide, I'm not planning to do. What you can do is, as I said, is because full presentation slide is for the members only, but recording I might do. But the best would be if you go to k21academy.com/. Azure AI ML, three options. I think that will give you everything that you need to know in depth. So k21academy.com/Azure AI ML, three options. It will take you to the Loom video, and that will have a lot of these screenshots. Would love to know how the presentation will help so that, or I didn't realize that presentation will help. And if specific parts, let me know. I'm more than happy to share those. Yeah. Mm. Are also our AI machine learning remote jobs roles? Absolutely, Adam. Everything that I do pretty much from last 7, 8 years, um, remote jobs are possible in pretty much these days on cloud as well. I don't know, but for me, I find it's very easy. If your companies are not giving you the remote job, you identify companies that at least have a facility for remote job. So let me repeat. Identify companies that at least have a facility of a remote job. Go and do very good work on first 1 or 2 weeks. um, Develop the trust with the client and become best in what you're doing, and the customer should have trust and faith on you. Once you do that, remote is not a problem. So most of the time I go and only connect with 1 or 2 days. Most of the clients already know, but then because of the work I do, but then those who don't, I go on first 1 week, I develop that trust. And then once they've seen the trust and once they know that this person can deliver, as long as there's a facility, they will do the remote work. AI these days, pretty much, as I said, is a lot of these companies do have because of the infrastructure that we use. So I see pretty much a lot of remote job roles. So not an issue, but you should be good in what you're doing and the customer should have a facility for the remote job. Does that answer your question, Adam? Let me know, please. If not, we'll unmute yourself and then we'll unmute you and I'll ask. Um, Mohammed Jabbar is saying, are support classes available for addressing new and known issues as well as the best practices of the previous batches? Absolutely. Very good question. So Jabbar is saying that, um, do we have a support? So I'll give you support channels. We have multiple support channels. So first of all, every class we have a structured manner, but then we have a doubt removal session. We also have something called as mm, where you can bring your doubts, questions, and then after every batch, what we do is we have a motto or a rule in our company, or one of the core values we have is 1% improvement every day. So immediately after, basically, uh, after every couple of sessions, we look back and say what the common questions are coming, what we could have done to answer them within the program, or do we need to add some additional hands-on lab. That's why if you see we have 80 hands-on labs, which in my view is overkill. But as people were asking doubts, questions, they were not clear with the concepts. What we said is, oh, best way to learn is let's go and implement. Let's go and actually do the hands-on, create some hands-on, so that whatever questions that comes to the mind, they will clear by doing and implementing that. And that's why you see all 80. You don't need to do all of them, but yes, to answer your question, we address, there'll be support classes available. um, so from a channel point of view, we have, you can ask immediately in WhatsApp group. So we'll have a WhatsApp group, you'll be a ticketing system, and then every between batches we'll have a doubt removal session. Every week or so we'll have a doubt removal sessions. you can come those questions in the live interactive sessions as well. And after every batch, we look back the whole batch, what common questions came, what we need to do, and implement and improve on that. So answer your question, Jabbar, yes, absolutely, multiple ways. That's one of the core values that we live with. Um, so yes, absolutely. You see what we came initially and what we were. Okay, Iqbal, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll email. Okay, very good question, Ronald. Can you get a job with AI 900 certificate? Very difficult, Ronald. Okay. If you go to an employer and you simply say, hey, I'm a AI 900 certified, give me a job, that is highly unlikely, Ronald. Okay. So I'll be transparent with you. And job and certification, in my view, are two different things. Certification will help you in getting your resume picked up. But then, uh, if you have not done those work, if you have not done hands-on labs, if you have not, there are a lot of other things goes. That's why just certification won't be enough. You have to do. That's why if you see my three-step framework, what we cover and do is, let me go back and show it to you. Three-step framework that we do. And my screen is still visible? Oh, oh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, great. So first, and this is a high level, you have to be good in, first of all, whatever you're doing. So become best in this, and then do lots of projects, because they're going to ask about what project work you've done, because no one will give you based on certificate. Okay, some people, companies might give it if they're desperate, but you'll not be earning pretty good. You'll be earning as an entry level jobs. You can get just with certification, especially in AI machine learning right now, but it'll be, and money will not be great. If you really want good money, make sure that you do the project hands-on lab. You have to prepare a good resume. You have to do the LinkedIn, and you have to be good in mock interview, basically interviews, good interviews as well. So I hope that makes sense, Ronald. Yeah. Feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions. I'll be giving an opportunity and say I want to ask question. I'll be doing. Um, Adam is saying, how do we get the cost and other requirements to start this course? So I think best would be, Adam, best is to first see if this is the right thing for you or not. So go to this URL, k21academy.com/3 options. Azure AI ML, I've covered all this in that. So Azure AI ML, three options. And then you can you need to decide, first of all, you want to go for job-oriented program that we do, in that we cover 3 certificates or 4 certifications, or you want to go for just a certification, or you're going to begin small, which is generative AI. I think one of those, we're fully booked on one of those things, but my team will tell you. I don't have that information right now. Okay. Um, but Adam, so go through this 3 options, and that will answer your question. Um, Iqbal is saying on the client relationship of delivering and showing your work to client. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thanks. Iqbal is saying, are you still based in UK? You mentioned day before that previously based in UK. Correct, correct. So I'm based in still in UK. I live in now Harrow, and yeah. So I'm currently, as time I'm speaking this, I'm in India right now. I just came here, and I'm in a hotel, still in a hotel. So, but then I'm I'm settled in UK. Correct. Thanks. Um, Okay, very good question, Khushbu. Is it necessary to get certified to get a high-paying job in Azure or AWS AML? Not at all. In fact, not at all. Not at all. What you need to be good at is good in writing your resume, good in updating your LinkedIn profile, and showcasing half of the battle is done much before the interview is done. So first is important is making mastery, not by certification, but actually doing it. Very, very important. Second thing is about doing the project, because that's where you will be struggling. If you don't do the project, or if you don't do the hands-on labs, you will struggle into the interviews. Making resume is very, very important. LinkedIn is very, very important. Doing the mock interview is very, very important. To answer your question, Kushbu, no, it's not. In fact, I recommend everyone, those who are looking for a job change, focus on these things before the certification. Certification should be the last thing as well. But then people say, oh, how my resume is going to be picked up? Your resume will be picked up by not by looking at the certificate, but by how good the resume, content of the resume. The first page or first few lines should immediately get attention of the recruiter and say, oh, or whosoever is hiring, oh, and then they should say within first 3-4 lines, they should say, yes, this is the person I'm hiring. So that's where we cover in the second step of that, making the perfect resume. Now, again, for that, you don't need to wait for and complete all the hands-on lab or the project work. You can do it much before that. In fact, if you're looking for a job change, as long as you have some basic idea on the overview and concept, go for creating a resume, ideal resume. But then a couple of mistakes people do, Kushpa, I'm going and a little bit extending that, is uh, don't use the same resume for different places or different job descriptions. Make sure you customize every job you apply. At least spend, first time you might be spending 6 hours, 8 hours, or a complete day. And I'm saying I've literally done those things, Kushbu. Literally full day on first or 2 copies or 3 copies. Okay. After that, at least 1 or 2 hours minimum on customizing a resume as per the job description. Okay. So think of Kushbu as a you're going on a date, and the way you behave first time you met a boy, and you're going, you pretty much covered everything, like in terms of fully looking beautiful, makeup, dress, the way you speak, all those things, and then you're going, and then of course a safety as well. If you're going on a blind date, behave exactly like for every job you need to treat exactly like that. Okay, and trust me, if you do that, put effort, you'll start, at least start getting interview calls. And then once you do that, start getting interview calls, then you make sure that you're good in what you're talking about, and especially the you need to predict. In fact, we are going to help you with those by using, again, we use generative AI as well, or the AI based on the job descriptions. And we have some tools and prompts that we use inside the program, and we'll tell you that. So what kind of questions you can expect in the interview based on the job description, based on the client, based on the behavior of the client, and so on, other things as well. Kushbu, I hope that answers your question. If not, please do let me know. Hmm. Mohammed Jabbar is saying, will you be writing a book on AI ML TI similar to your AIM book? That would be valuable resource. So guys, those who don't know, I've written a book on identity and access management. Um, Simple answer to Jabbar is no, I'm not going to do that. That was the most difficult, challenging part in my life I've ever done. Writing a book, it was not an easy task, and I'm not a good in writing. I'm good in maybe speaking. I'm good in something. So it was fun. It gave me a lot of recognition, Muhammad Jabbar, no doubt about it. Um, but information changes so frequently. I do a lot of online content that I can change frequently as well. So um, I doubt if I'm going to do that book ever again. But thank you very much for reminding me of those things. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Would be worthwhile. Yeah. So, but I read a lot of content, and I read a lot of free stuff as well. Thank you, Khushbu. Thank you. Whom should we reach out to get help from resume writing? So, Khushbu, if you're already part of the program, are you part of the program, Khushbu? Put in the chat window. If yes, then I'll give you a different route. If not, then just drop email to ticketing system. Just message one-on-one here, or your email ID. As you're job oriented, you should be doing that, Khushbu, multiple times. When did you join the program, Khushbu? Can you unmute yourself, Khushbu, if that's okay with you? Or can we unmute him, her? Um, or So you should be able to get it. I'm a little bit surprised you don't know that, because that's the first thing I'll say, how to get a help. Let me tell you. Okay, so Khushbu, I'm going to show it to you here. Okay. Um, so if you're going to go to the ask in our WhatsApp group. Okay, I'm assuming you're part of WhatsApp group, so just ask in WhatsApp group. Okay, so I'm assuming go to this here. Unable. Okay, so can someone unmute, please? Give ability for Khushbu to unmute, please. Okay.
Oh, hi Atul, this is Kushbu here. Thanks
Hey,
for
Khushbu.
unmuting me.
I'm so sorry you don't know that, because you should be getting a help. And was there on when did you join the program, Khushbu?
I joined in June.
Okay, so you should know by now. But since June, I've done multiple. Are you in 2 WhatsApp groups? One for technical, one for interview prep?
Currently, only the oriented group like 227, I'll just tell you which number it is. 2407 Azure job oriented program. I'm only a part of that WhatsApp group.
Okay, something have gone wrong. You should be part of one more group. But anyway, Izhar, can you please make sure that Khushbu gets, because Izhar is the one who handles the job, or it does your job as well. Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll sort it out. Okay, sorry for that. I don't know why. So you should be part of one more group, which is interview prep group. But irrespective of that, even in that group also, we should be posting, and you should have access to this. Go to the classroom on the portal for you, and then come here and then say interview and job prep. Okay, this is where you click on interview and job prep.
Okay.
And this is where you have all, and you also talks about how to get help as well, okay, on everything. So and then we have a mock interviews and a lot of those things on a weekly basis, okay. So
Okay.
first is about guide on how to search for the jobs. These two should be good, doing good, okay. Then uh, feedback on interviews, like what to do if like some of these things. But should I apply for the job early? You should be started applying immediately now, okay. How to prepare a
Okay,
resume,
I'll do that.
okay, CV based on this is. And then important is if you applied for the job, it's not getting interview calls, this is how you do, okay. And then
Okay,
also
fine.
we also have a resume review team, will be happy to review resumes. We on a weekly basis we also have mock job clinics once again. So a little bit like I'm a little bit surprised. So Izhar, we need to do a better job than this in communicating. And what happened, okay, Izhar? Well, let's take
Yes, sir.
that, okay.
Noted, sir.
Okay. So these are job clinics, so you'll get a help, okay. Khushbu, now I know which group you are part of. Yeah,
2407
240.
Azure job program.
Yeah, we'll so is Izhar, just post on that group as well. Brilliant, guys. I think we're on top of our, as I said, is thank you very much, Varsha. Thanks once again, everyone, and good job on, and thanks everyone for coming here and saying such a short notice. It was very short notice. I was traveling, I thought probably let's do it, but I'm glad that at least I was able to help Khushbu here. And sorry, Khushbu, as I said, we'll take this responsibility and make sure that you get support, okay. Nice one, guys. Thanks, everyone. Take care, and thanks, Varsha, and thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
So hold on one second. How do I close?